What is up, guys? It is RFC6414 here, back with another video. This time I'm reviewing WWE 2014 Payback pay-per-view. Overall, I gotta say, it was a pretty good show. It exceeded my expectations. I was happy with it overall, with the exception of 2 or 3 filler matches, but that's always expected. Or maybe just 2, but you know, you get the point. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get to the review. The first thing we had was a pre-show match between Hornswoggle and El Torito. It was a mask versus hair match. If Torito loses, he gets his mask taken off. If Hornswoggle loses, he gets his hair shaved off. This match was okay. It wasn't as good as their WLC match, but it was still entertaining for what it was worth. At one point, you had a cool spot where El Torito hit a Hurricane Run on Heath Slater off the apron. Then he took out all 5 guys of Los Matadores and 3MB. That was a pretty cool spot. Then Hornswoggle powerbomb Torito. He takes off Torito's mask, and Torito has another mask on underneath that. El Torito would end up getting some offense in, hit the bull salt, or the bull, or it's just basically a moonsault, but they call it the bull salt. Would pin Hornswoggle for the 1, 2, 3, and El Torito would win the match. They'd put Hornswoggle on a barber's chair, shave off the top of his head, and it was kind of a comical little skit at the end. But overall, okay match. Overall grade, I would give it 2.25 stars out of 5, 2.25 out of 5. The next match we would kick it off with Sheamus versus Cesaro, United States Championship match. The King of Swing taking on the Celtic Warrior Sheamus. This was a good match, entertaining, good match to kick off the main card in the pay-per-view show itself. Good back and forth action. At one point you had Cesaro hit the bridge German suplex, which has picked up some wins over Sheamus before. That was a near fall. And then basically Cesaro would do the little swing. He'd get his swing in, you know, to get the crowd excited. The big pop in Chicago. The crowd was electric tonight, as always, in the Windy City. But it was a good match. Sheamus would, or Cesaro would try and go for a little, he would spin Sheamus around about 20 times, and then basically, after that, Sheamus grabs Cesaro out of nowhere, rolls him up with a small package for the 1, 2, 3, and Sheamus picks up the win with a little bit of a surprise with the small package to win the match. But overall, good stuff. No complaints really here. Overall grade, I'd give this match 2.75 stars out of 5. 2.75 out of 5. Good match. I enjoyed it. And yeah, good match to kick off the show. Next we had Ryback versus the Brotherhood of Cody Rhodes and Goldust. On the pre-show, Cody said if they lose tonight, the tag team will split up. Talking to Goldust, they'd take on Ryback here. Just kind of a filler match. It was okay for what it was worth. We've seen this match a lot of times before, quite honestly. So on a pay-per-view, it just felt like a Raw match or even a main event match, to be perfectly honest. This match, it was entertaining though for what it was worth. Cody would hit the crossroads on Ryback. Axe would break up the pin. Cody would go for the disaster kick. Ryback catches him, hits shell shock on Cody for the 1, 2, 3, and Ryback picks up the win over the Brotherhood. After the match, Cody Rhodes and Goldust confront each other. They grab a mic. Cody says, "You deserve a better partner than me," and walks out of the ring, leaving Goldust puzzled in the ring. So it looks like this could be the end of the Brotherhood, but it's not a definite. I think it's time for the Brotherhood to split up and have both guys move on to bigger and better things. So, okay match. Overall grade, I'd give it 2.25 stars out of 5. 2.25 out of 5. The next thing we would have would be Rusev versus Big E. This match was okay. It was kind of short as expected to give Rusev the momentum, picking up some wins over bigger name guys now with his big push since he's coming to the WWE. This match was back and forth. Big E hit a spear through the ropes, so that was a cool spot. He's done that before a few times. Rusev would end up hitting a kick, a vicious kind of, basically, it wasn't really like a super kick, but it was a really, it was a badass kick if you want to put it that way. Rusev would end up locking in his Accolade submission maneuver. Big E would tap and Rusev would pick up the win here, no surprise. Overall grade, I'd give this match 2 stars out of 5. You know what, screw it, 2.25 stars out of 5, 2.25 out of 5. Next, after that, we have Bo Dallas. Are you a believer? You have to believe! I personally am not, but I do like mimicking Bo Dallas. But he takes on Kofi Kingston. Before this match even gets underway, Kane comes out. Bo Dallas hauls ass out of the ring and stands ringside. Kane chokeslams Kofi, hits him with the tombstone, takes Kofi out, and we basically end it with that. So just kind of whatever to get Kane something to do on a pay-per-view since he's getting a push. But it was whatever, to be honest. I guess it was because Kofi said that Stephanie wasn't running her business well or something like that early on. The next thing we had was Rob Van Dam versus Bob News Barrett, the Intercontinental Championship match. And if you thought Rob Van Dam was going to beat Barrett for the Intercontinental Championship, then I'm afraid I've got some bad news. But this match was pretty good. I thought it could have had more time. It was decent action though, pretty good stuff here. I didn't think it was as good as Sheamus Cesaro, but it was close for the time that they got. At one point, Barrett hits the winds of change for a near fall. RVD would try and hit a springboard. He'd hit a springboard DDT into the ring for a near fall. He'd go for a split leg moonsault. Barrett would respond after he misses with a bull hammer on Rob Van Dam for the 1, 2, 3, and Bad News Barrett retains here. Good stuff. Overall grade, I'd give it 2.5 stars out of 5, 2.5 out of 5. The next thing we had was John Cena versus Bray Wyatt, last man standing. I mean, damn, this match was awesome. Back and forth action, kick-ass just throughout the match. The only thing that wasn't kick-ass was Cena winning at the end. As you can see, Wyatt family mark. But, you know, I hate Cena, what can I say? But this match was nothing to take away from the match. Both guys gave their all awesome stuff. You had the Usos ringside and the Wyatt family getting interference. Luke Harper at one point took out the Usos, one of the Usos, with a superplex off the top rope through 2 tables side by side. I'm pretty sure it was 2, maybe 1. Badass spot there. John Cena and Bray Wyatt would be brawling. Sister Abigail, attitude adjustment countless times. They'd get up at the 7 or 8 count since it's the last man standing. The Usos, the Wyatts are down. It leaves Cena and Bray Wyatt. They're battling near the Technotronics or whatever you want to call it. Basically, Cena ends up, they're battling. Cena hits him with an attitude adjustment through a, looks like, I mean, basically, it looks like to me, I'm not exactly sure how to describe it, but, it was, he, like, attitude adjustment, he hit an AA right through, like, this big case, it looked like to me. Then he would push a huge, table on top of the little case. I mean, it was just really badass to me. It was really cool. Some kind of crate, case, whatever you want to call it. Cena hits attitude adjustment right through it, and pushes another crate on top of it. The ref counts to 10. Bray Wyatt gets counted out. John Cena picks up the win, and John Cena wins. Celebrates with the Usos at the end. Just a badass match. Overall grade, I'd give this match 3.5 stars out of 5. I think Bray Wyatt needed this win more, but I mean, Bray Wyatt's over right now with the fans, so I really don't think it's going to hurt him too bad. So Cena wins, Super Cena. The next match we have was was Alicia Fox versus Paige. This match was whatever. I wasn't too interested because I figured Paige was going to win. I didn't see any chance in hell Alicia Fox would win, although she is entertaining when she flings fits. But Paige basically locks in the Scorpion Cross lock, basically, and then Alicia Fox taps. Paige retains the Divas Championship as expected. Not a terrible match, but basically Alicia taps, Paige wins. Not too surprising here. Overall grade, I'd give this match 2 stars out of 5. So Paige retains. I don't know who she'll face next, but overall, I guess for Diva standards, wasn't terrible. And then the next match we had was the main event, Evolution versus The Shield, a no-holds-barred elimination match. And I mean, damn, another kick-ass match. Just great stuff. You had both guys brawling over the barricades, people jumping off freaking Titantrons, for Christ's sake. You had guys getting just chaos, utter war. War is the best way to describe this match. It was just an all-out brawl and war. This was better than an Extreme Rules match, which is hard to top. That was a badass match. This one was badass as well. Good stuff. I really enjoyed it. Definitely my favorite match of the night. I was wearing the Evolution t-shirt because I do like the Shield a lot, don't get me wrong, but I do like Evolution a little bit more. But, you know, I mean, I really have not a whole lot of complaints here at all, besides maybe a little bit at the end with the Shield winning. But, you know, let's go and get to the kind of describing what went on throughout the match. At one point, you had the Evolution dominating. They were hitting guys with steel chairs, Ambrose, Reigns. They would take out Ambrose and Rollins with kendo sticks, throwing them against rails, so it left Reigns in the ring. All 3 members of Evolution get in the ring, try to beat up Roman Reigns. They go after Roman. Roman's getting his ass kicked. He hits a Superman punch on Randy. Then it looks like Batista's going to hit. Then you got Dean Ambrose coming into the ring. They take out Triple H. When Seth Rollins jumps off the middle through the Titantron, literally there's this part below the Titantron, but on the entrance, he jumped off of that, took out all the members of Evolution. The sickest spot, the crowd went nuts, holy shit chants broke out. I mean, damn, Seth Rollins, the spot monkey, just a great spot there. I was marking out ECW, but awesome spot. Then it left Batista with Seth Rollins later on in the match. He went for a Batista bomb. Seth Rollins would counter, and Roman Reigns would spear Batista. 1, 2, 3. Batista would be eliminated. Then you would have Dean Ambrose hit Dirty Deeds on Randy Orton. Randy would go for RKO on Rollins. He'd get up, be put right into the kind of Dirty Deeds lock. Ambrose sets it up, connects with Dirty Deeds on the steel chair. 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton is eliminated. Batista would end up spearing Roman Reigns. Randy Orton would slip Triple H the hammer, or whatever you want to call it. And I mean, I thought for a second maybe Triple H was going to pull something off. I thought Evolution was going to win here. I thought Triple H was going to pull off the unthinkable and basically pull it out, would eliminate all the guys and bury him, but he didn't. I wouldn't have minded it because I was going for Evolution, but it kind of would have been burial if he'd beaten all 3 of them by himself. They were going to hand him the sledgehammer. Handing him that sledgehammer, you know he means business with that. He takes out Ambrose. Seth Rollins jumps off the top rope, kicks Triple H in the head. Roman Reigns spears Triple H. 1, 2, 3, and the Shield picks up the win. None of the members of the Shield were eliminated. 3-0 sweep. They beat him at Extreme Rules. Proved to be the more dominant stable in WWE right now, and could go down as one of the top 5 best stables in WWE history. Maybe top 10, definitely, in my opinion. Badass match. Overall grade, I would give this match 3 3/4 stars out of 5. 3.75 out of 5. Just a kick-ass match. Good pay-per-view. I think the Evolution needed the win more because, I mean, you could look at it this way. Evolution, 3 of those guys, Batista, Triple H, Randy Orton, all world heavyweight, all world champs in their own right. Singles wrestlers, credibility will not be lost. As the stable, losing to younger guys, putting them over as fresher talent. You could look at it that way, but in my mind, I think they're getting you could look at it as kind of losing some credibility as a stable. Evolution, it'll be harder to look at them as a dominant stable, losing back-to-back and then getting beat that badly in one match and getting eliminated. All those guys getting eliminated. It's just weird to me. I think they could have at least done 2-2 like a normal booking. I didn't expect this big of dominance by the Shield, but what are you going to do? I think Evolution will bounce back and they'll pick up some much needed wins in the future, so it'll be interesting to see where Evolution goes. They definitely won't be feuding with Shield in my opinion. If they do, it'll definitely be like a singles match, not a 3-on-3 again. So it'll be interesting to see where Evolution and the Shield goes after this. So let's guess we'll find out tomorrow on Raw how things play out. Hope you enjoyed this review. Overall grade, I'd give Payback itself 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 is the overall grade I'd give WWE Payback. Hope you enjoyed this review. Check out my other videos and subscribe. Thanks, guys.